Well, it's Mushy Month here at Mergy Movies, and
You've got mail.
oh, that's nice. Oh, we get fan mail all the time. It's really nice, and let's see what we. Oh, it's for you, Fergie.
Really?
Sweet. Nice.
Let's see here. Dear Fergie, I long for you. I love the way your reviews slip off the end of your sexy lips. These are for you. Love, your secret admirer. That's so sweet.
That is sweet. Wonder who it's from.
I wonder.
Fergie's gonna love me. Fergie's gonna love me. Fergie.
Here we go.
Tonight we're going to talk about the pick for Mushy Month, which was The Notebook, starring Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling. The Notebook is a great love story told by a man reading from his faded notebook to a woman in a nursing home. The Notebook follows the lives of two Northern Carolina teens from very different worlds. Noah and Allie spend one incredible summer together before they are separated, first by their parents, then by World War II. After the soldiers come home, everything is different. Allie is engaged to a successful businessman, and Noah lives alone with his memories in a 200-year-old house he lovingly restores. But when Allie sees an article in a local paper about Noah's handiwork, she knows that she's got to find him and make a decision once and for all about the path her life and love must take. So Fergie, what did you think of this movie?
Yeah, I actually really liked it. The dynamic between Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling is really beautiful. They really work well together, and probably why they ended up being a real life couple together.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And there was a similar dynamic of that sort of tenderness and love with Gina Rowlands and James Garner as the older couple in the story.
Yes.
And it just has this really like emotional weight to it that, you know, I find a lot of these love stories that in movies really don't carry.
Yes.
And it has a lot of really weighty scenes with the older couple, like in the hospital when he's reading to her and certain things, and with his children and whatnot. There's some really touching moments in this movie, and it has a really nice flow to it, and all of the supporting characters really work nicely, and the acting is really superb, and everybody just works well together, and the story really hits all its points that it needs to.
Yeah.
I actually even found myself, this was a pleasant surprise for me when I watched the movie, is her fiance, Lon.
Yes.
Yeah. He was, you know, usually in these type of movies, the main female character's other man, her fiance or whatever, is a big jerk.
Yeah.
But this guy isn't.
No, he isn't.
He's like
he's actually a likable guy.
He's a likable guy. He's good to her. He treats her well. And honestly, and in the end, when she has to make her choice, I cannot find one negative quality about this guy.
Yeah. It's not for sure.
And it really actually puts a weight to her decision, because she has to choose between her true love and this really amazing guy. And the point is a really good movie, and it hits on all its points. It's acted really well. The chemistry is really good. I like it.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I did also really like this movie. Like, I really like the chemistry between James Garner and Gina Rowlands, that you could just tell on screen that when they're in this nursing home, he's reading this book to her, and she's listening, and whatever he injects in his life to her with his kids, like you said, and just the chemistry between them, and the awesome chemistry, obviously, between Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling. They're great on screen together. First time I ever saw them on screen together, it's just like, it's like you knew them for years when you watched it, you know?
There's only one singular problem I have with this movie, is, and maybe it's not even a problem,
Okay.
but, and maybe it's just good plot points, but I found that the two stories,
Yes.
and I don't want to ruin anything, but the way they worked towards the ending, I could almost see the ending materialize before
Yes.
before it got there.
I sort of had that feeling too when I watched it. You know,
Yeah.
it sort of, you knew where it was sort of going to go,
Yeah.
but then there's a part of you that sort of doesn't want to
Yeah.
believe it or whatever. Yeah.
And it's like, I wanted to be a little surprised.
Yeah.
I wanted something like that, but I can't really find a negative thing to say about. That's the only real negative thing, and
No, I
maybe
know.
it's a good thing that they kind of led to the ending. To
Yeah,
like,
so it sort of braces you for the inevitable, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that was my only thing where I was kind of in and about, was the fact that the two storylines of Duke and the older woman and Noah and Allie, the way they kind of came together like that to towards the ending,
Yes.
really kind of, you know, I felt it just kind of gave the ending away.
Yeah. Well, no, I know what you mean. Like when it comes to when you're watching it, you're like, especially like I saw this in the theater when it came out for the first time,
Yep.
and when you're watching this, you're looking through the story, and for a while you sort of forget about what this could be, and then once it sort of, it's like it braces you for it throughout. It just gives you more and more, like a lot of movies do anyway.
Yeah.
And that's, I could say that, yeah, that would probably be the worst point of it. Like you said, I really can't find anything else. The story was great. Like Nicholas Sparks is the one who wrote. That's what the book's based off of.
Yeah.
The movie's based off of. I mean, but it's a really great love story. In both aspects. It's heartwarming. Like it's actually named one of the top romantic movies of all time, chick flicks that guys can watch, because a lot of guys do not mind this movie. You know, when I first heard it's like The Notebook, I don't know if I want to see this because, it's a chick flick and it's going to be the same thing over and over again like they've done with so many other ones. But this one is actually, it's done really well, that it isn't, say, no offense to Mandy Moore or anything, but a lot of her movies, romantic movies, are very repetitive. It's like this happens, and this happens, and that happens, and it's done. And then that's how the story goes.
Yeah.
It's never anything really even switched around. But with this, it keeps you going, it keeps you interested. There's nothing that throws you off at all. You know what I mean?
Other than that one problem I have, and I don't even know if it is a problem.
No,
I'm not even sure.
It's hard to tell if it is a problem because you sort of want that to come to that realization, but you also, want to see maybe something different will happen. You know what I mean? Or maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
You want to be wrong
Yeah.
because of the current plot points and everything.
Yeah. So, but other than that, yes, it's a very good movie. I liked it very much. And what rating would you give it?
Well, let's see. I did like it. I did like it a lot. I'm going to give it a bit of a higher rating because I really did like it. I will say a 4 out of 5 stars for me. What would you do it?
I give it about a 4.1.
4.1? Right on. That's an interesting rating. So we're going to give it a total of 8.1 out of 10 for out of 10 rating for us. All right, so when we come back, we are going to discuss what other picks we would have chose, if not the one already, after this short commercial break.
I brought you here tonight so that I can tell you that I love you so much. You're the love of my life and the best thing that's ever happened to me. You're just so beautiful.
Act 2, Butter Lover's Popcorn. For the butter lover in